Hi guys, welcome to Laptop Jewel. I am Tiffany. Thank you so much for watching. Those loyal ones, I see you, boo. I see you. Keep on sharing, keep on watching, and keep on supporting. I appreciate you guys so much. Well, before we go anywhere, please after this, make sure you've subscribed and then like that notification bell, press join the notification gang, yes, and then please share, and then get your uncles, aunties, malume, rachadi, ndade, granny, grandfather, alma, call them and let's get and tell them Laptop is where it's at. Yes, boo. Okay, so today I'm basically doing like a follow-up on my previous channel about previous video channel, sorry. Right, about where is your focus at? And I've been pondering so much on social media. So like I'm sure like I've said in the previous video that this year has been very like challenging emotionally wise and certain aspects like certain areas in my life has really been a challenge. And I would get to a point, I would get to a point where I'm like, I need clarity. I need peace. I need peace. I need God's wisdom. I need God's guidance. And I would get to a point where I would literally delete all my social media. So I would go on like a social media fast, whether it's for a few days or a few weeks, right? So I did that basically recently as well. And I just realized that, you know what, social media has such a ugly negative effect on us as young people. And sometimes that is where our focus is at. Instead of your focus being on God's word and God's word being your guide, we allow the perceptions, the ideas that social media transmit or encourages or exposes us to, we allow that to be our guide and we allow that to define how we live our lives, right? And the problem is where God says we can't serve two masters. It's either God or mammon. But now I'm not even talking about mammon. I'm talking about the enemy. Because you see, when we focus so much on social media, our perception, our views, our thinking, what we do, what we say, and our actions are therefore a result of what we let in, right? And it is so important as young people and people that are believers that we don't conform to the ways of this world, but be transformed by the renewal of our mind. So it's so important that we are constantly allowing God to renew our minds. But now, then you ask me, how do I renew my mind when I have social media constantly coming with certain ideals, certain perceptions, certain ways of thinking and living that I am more focused on the ways of the world instead of the ways of God. And like God says in Second Corinthians. Okay, it's okay. I can't remember it properly, but I'll put it all. That our focus, or we should put our focus on eternal things, on the things that don't focus on the things that you can see, but focus on on the unseen. So sometimes with social media, we believe what we see. And that's another thing, that we need to live by faith and not by sight. But because we are so focused on social media that everything we do and we think and what we believe in is determined by social media. So let's say you are planning your goals Instead of you planning your goals according to God's purpose and God's vision that he has placed within you, you are going to plan certain goals based on Mang Mang, who you saw on social media. And you're going to be like, okay, no, I want to achieve A, B, C, and D because Mang Mang has A, B, C, and D. And I want A, B, C, and D. Not I want A, B, and C because I believe that is what I want. That is what God has created me for. And that is in line with God's purpose for my life. But instead, you are planning or you are creating a certain perception or you are planning according to social media. And that's where the problem is coming, because now we are so focused on the things of the world and less on the things of God. So now I go back and just to give you like a few pointers on how do we as young people, I want to let it be more focused on young people because I feel like we are the ones that are a lot on social media and we allow that to determine our beliefs and our thinking. And also another danger of it is that because of social media, because of you wanting a certain standard of lifestyle or you want a certain lifestyle that you can't afford perhaps, or that you are perhaps not at that point or at that, for like the season that you are in is not for that lifestyle. Does it make sense? So now then depression, it leads to low self-esteem, it leads to depression, it leads to you questioning God, and you're like, but God, I pray, but Mang Mang like it's just like now a new believer, but then she has A, B, C, and D already. So clearly there's something wrong with, no, God, clearly God favors some people more than God favors. Nah, boo. Nah, boo. You are creating a certain ideal based on someone else's lifestyle. And the thing is also, like we all know this, that not everything that is posted is real. Like only like guys. And like someone also made me realize that we don't really post when we are sad, when we are angry, when we are going through the deepest, roughest times, right? So then it leads to all these things of like depression and low self-esteem and all these other things because we are living according to the standard of the world, according to someone else's goals. We are not, you need to understand that we all have an individual race, that our lives are individual races. And like I said, that we don't see the sad things, we don't see the bad things, we always see the good things. And we think that, oh my word, their lives are perfect. No, we are human. We all go through ups and downs. We all go through challenges. But I think like for me, maybe one of the reasons, like I wouldn't post, like for me, I think like I don't know, there's as you grow you really learn a lot of things. Like there was a point in my life where I would post like people would know what is Tiffany doing, what is Tiffany, okay, not Tiffany eating, but what is Tiffany, oh, Tiffany's there, oh, how girl you are there, Kanti. No, like you don't have to post everything. And you know but it's something I think we really need to learn and pray about, that we need to mind our own business. I mean, even the word says it, I'm gonna get the verse and I'm actually gonna put it where God in his word says, like, mind your own business. We need to do that. Okay. And so now I'm gonna give you, because I know I'm just like rambling on and stuff, and because it's such a big topic. It's really, and it's social media has its pros and it has its cons, but sometimes it has more cons than it has pros because we allow it to affect our lives negatively and not positively. So I'm gonna end this video. How do I renew my mind and not let social media be my focus? Firstly, study God's word. Like always make time for God's word. Like I was telling some people a few days ago that, um, you know, because I asked them, okay, no, so, because it's people that I'm mentoring, whatever. And I'm like, okay, so have you been praying? And they're like, no, like praying and reading God's word. I'm like, no, because of like studies. Then I'm like, but did God forget to wake you up this morning? So we get so busy, and sometimes social media takes so much of our time. When we wake up in the morning, Facebook, Instagram, Kimang, who's that? Who's die? What are they doing? Huh? Social media. Whereas that time could have gone to God. So in the morning, the first thing that you do, even if it's your 10 minutes prayer, just acknowledge God, center yourself to God, and start your day with God. And then tell God what you need help with. If you're like, God, I need help with social media. I think, because even I have to start working on it more actively and less passively, because I need to see, because I don't want to, because I have a lot of social media, like I'm on Instagram, I'm on WhatsApp, I'm on Facebook, I'm on Twitter, but I can't be so much like on, those things. It needs to be something that I'm like, oh, Kana. It shouldn't be like every hour, every 30 minutes, you know what I'm saying? So start your day with God. Secondly, if you are following people that are either toxic or that are leading you astray or that is changing your perspective or godly thinking, remove them. Remove them. Stop following them. Thirdly, ask yourself, why are you on these social media networks? Why? If you have established the why, that will help you to understand, do I get off this thing or do I carry on with it? Right. Then fourthly, don't allow these perfect lives to be to confuse you or distort your focus, your vision in life. Don't. You focus on your goals. You run your individual race. Focus on yourself. Focus on flourishing in the goals and what God has created. Focus on your purpose. You have a purpose, a specific purpose for your life. God has created you for something specifically for you. So don't let them make you feel any less of a person because of how they look, because of what they have. Know that you are beautiful, you are worth it, you are created in the image of God, you are wonderfully and fearfully made, you have a purpose, you were destined for greatness, and greater is he that is within you than he that is in the world, and you are able to do all things you are able to do all things through Christ who strengthens you. So I hope all my rambling was worth it in the end, and that I gave you some sort of a perspective, and that God speaks to you, and that you will not be enslaved by social media, but you will allow God to transform your thinking often. Spend time with God's word and allow him to be your guide, and allow God's word to be your guide. Okay? I just want to close off quickly with something. First Corinthians 10 verse 23. I have the right to do anything, you say, but not everything is beneficial. But not everything is constructive. So listen here. We have the right to we can use social media as believers, but know when it is beneficial and know when it is not beneficial. If it is not helping you to bear better fruit, then boy, girl, daddy, mama, like, nah, it's not working. Okay, thank you so much for watching. Please like, subscribe, share, comment. Join the notification gang, and thank you so much. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. Please comment, let me know how this video was, and if it was helpful, and how social media is either negatively affecting you or positively affecting you. Please comment down below. Thank you. Mwah.